Welcome everybody to episode 40 of Lights Camera Pop. I'm Rich.
I'm Mike.
How's everybody going out there in the land of the podcast? How's it going, man?
Pretty good.
That's
Just chilling in
good.
the magical land of Oz over here,
Woohoo! Just follow the yellow brick road.
right?
You ever wonder I've always seen the memes because I'm not gonna like say this and try to pretend I'm being original. But have you ever seen the memes that everyone always told Dorothy to follow the yellow brick road, but where did the red part of it go?
Right?
Like it is kind of questionable. Like what the hell?
Did you know in Tennessee they actually made a what's it called? Like a theme park all about Wizard of
I
Oz,
did not know that.
and it like failed miserably. And
Well,
well, I shouldn't say it failed. It did pretty well for a while, and then like
oh,
I just kind of like
I think
the
I
attendance
did,
started to drop off, and they never did anything with it.
and it's abandoned now,
And
right?
it's abandoned, yeah,
Yes.
and it's
Okay.
the creepiest place you've ever seen. But the coolest thing is it actually has like the yellow brick road that goes through it.
That's wild. You know,
And
it's fun.
supposedly like somebody else just like rebought it not too long ago, and you can like stay there. Like they have like
Dude, that's
haunted
weird.
attraction type of things.
That is so weird. It's
And you
actually
know
fun.
I want to do it.
I remember listening to a podcast a long time ago, and it had Sid Haig on it.
Okay.
And Sid was talking about how it's funny because there was stories. There was always the rumor about the little person that hung himself, but
Yeah.
it like one person says that it was debunked, that it's not true. Somebody, so really, I don't think we'll really ever truly know for a fact 100% without a shadow of a doubt if that was real or not. But there was a story that did come out about that to where uh, there was set painters on the set, and so they were painting the backgrounds and everything like that. So there was always like the A team and the B team.
Right.
Well, here the B team was pissed because all the A team started getting all the good paint jobs. So one night the B team snuck in and put like some kind of oil in their paints.
Oh my God.
So when they painted, it would never dry the right way. And so the A team got fired and the B team took over.
Well, there was like also there's like a whole thing about how they said like the little people um were like drunks and having like huge parties and stuff like that like, at night after the filming wrapped and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
People were saying that like they were like just going nuts, but it wasn't true. Like it never happened. The, even like everyone that worked on it was just like, no, that did not happen. Like that's like here like somebody was mad at some of the little people, and they were making up stories about them,
Mm-hmm.
trying to get them like yeah, basically trying to get like them blacklisted. And so they were trying to say like they're like impossible to work with and all this
What
stuff.
the
They're
heck?
like what are you talking about? Like we are literally like the entire Hollywood version of little people. Like every single like midget that was in Hollywood at the time that was trying to get a job that like worked on that because they needed so many.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know, it was just hysterical. Like, there's like all kind of weird stuff about that. You
yeah,
know,
I haven't watched the original Wizard of Oz in quite a long time. And while it's a great masterpiece of its time, it's classic, but it's not really on my top 50 movies of all time. But yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong though. No hate against it because I do. I enjoy it. I like it a lot. But yeah, I respect it for what it's done, but definitely not one of my favorite films of all time.
it definitely falls in mine. Like it's definitely like well, I'm not gonna. It's in my top 50. I'm not gonna say it's probably not in the. It's probably in the top 25, but it's not in the top. If it's not in the top 10 or anything like that. Top
Right.
20,
Oh, okay.
but it's definitely in the top 25.
That's
I
fair.
I, I really enjoy it. And like I like the books too. Well, I like the first three, and then anything after that, I lost interest with, and because that was like well, I can't remember the author right now. It's going to kill me. But he wrote probably, I think he wrote 10
Okay.
like companions to it, and but there's like 24 or 25 because his daughter ended up like writing a whole bunch of them that go with it as well, and they're all freaking awful. Like, I'm sorry, but they're crap.
That's crazy. It's funny.
But the first three are great.
Yeah,
Like people also say it's like an allegory for um politics at the time, like
mhm.
when the movie came out, like Follow the Yellow Brick Road and Wizard of Oz. Like it was all about like bankers and the gold standard and like all these different things like it's interesting.
Yeah, I changed my background.
I see that.
My
Yeah, it's
camera's not working, but
interesting, but like that's been just like some people say it definitely is that. Other people say it has nothing to do with that. I honestly think that's one of those ones that like you can kind of like read into it,
for sure. Oh, absolutely.
but it
Um,
makes sense if you really break it down. And if you smoke enough dope, it'll make sense to you.
that was actually the first time I watched The Wizard of Oz. I was high, and
Oh
I
God!
watched it with Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon.
Oh, did you? You did
Yes,
that?
yes.
You did
Now
the
that
sync up?
was now just so you know, this was 30 years ago. It was
I
actually
gotta ask,
it was
did it actually sync up properly? Or 'cause I hear it does and I hear it doesn't. And I've never tried it.
I was too high. I don't remember. I ain't gonna
Oh,
lie. I was way I was gone. In fact, I think at the time, like kids, we don't condone this, but at the time, I think it was laced with something,
oh,
and it was just I was sick. It was really bad. Um, or maybe it was just emotion of the movie and stuff. I don't know, but yeah, we don't really condone that stuff right now. So maybe at one
dang.
time in our lives. Um, But yeah, so guys, this is episode 40. We were gonna have a guest on. Things got a little dicey. I don't know how we weren't able to really get her on the horn here.
It kind of sucks because I was looking forward to it.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I've been talking with her for a minute, and I was really excited to have her on, and she was part of my childhood of one of my favorite movies.
Well, she's
That
part
I
of all
literally
of our childhoods, really. She's
yeah.
part of a.
Oh yeah.
If you think about it, she's definitely like a large part of the American fabric now.
Absolutely, 100%. So hopefully later on, we'll be able to get her on at another time. Excuse me, but for now, we're gonna wing it. Being that we started a little later, we'll probably do a little bit of a shorter show and
Oh, good.
kind of end when we normally do, and we'll just wing it tonight and
Yeah,
kind of go from there.
this will be like one of our classic off the cuff shows.
Yeah. Well, so actually, I was thinking, remember I texted you the other day and I was asking about, you want to talk about this? And you were like,
Right.
oh,
I
yeah.
kind of remember. I kind of can't remember what it was now.
Well, let me refresh your memory.
Yes, please
So,
do.
so
I remember.
damn, I'm good.
It just hit me.
It just hit you like a ton of bricks.
It
Um,
did.
yeah, so I mean, we can BS and talk about that for a
Let's
minute.
do it.
Um, anything new happening this week for you?
Um, I'm moving tomorrow.
Oh no. I'm not gonna be co-hostless, am I?
No, no, no,
Brian's not gonna have to take over full time, is he?
no, 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 no.
Sorry, Brian.
But yeah, I'm moving tomorrow. So that's the next 3 days. I'll be kind of busy. Um, but it's not a big deal. You know what I mean? So like, it's kind of funny. We'll go into it whenever I get settled into the new digs. Um,
Sounds like a plan.
yeah, it's funny. It's kind of cool. So it's kind of full circle-ish for me now.
Nice.
For Amy and I.
Been watching anything?
Pit. Yeah, I've been just killing it through the pit. Finally finished up completely caught up last night.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
We just did a rewatch of it today. My daughter didn't get to watch it last week with us, so we told her we were watching. Listen, that so like everybody. First of all, hats off to Charlie Baker last week. It's such a kick-ass guest.
oh yeah,
Really enjoyed
yeah,
talking with him
yeah. That
and
was a
listen to
lot
some
of
of his
fun.
stories. Although it's funny. Like I've seen him like now all of a sudden I've seen him popping up on different other podcasts and stuff.
Me too. I've been seeing them. I'm like, oh wow. I was like, cool. I was like,
I'm like, I
we're in
wonder
that.
if we were the innovators or something, or
I'm,
do we pioneer this, or
I'm
was
like, we're in that club.
yeah. uh, but yeah, so yeah, it was super cool to have him on. Would really love to get some more people from the pit on the show, which is something that we've been toying with sending some emails around, and so
Yeah,
who
trying to
knows?
get some stuff together.
Keep
Kind
an
of.
eye out,
Yeah,
guys. Uh,
moving and shaking, kissing, shaking babies and kissing hands.
yep.
You know.
Shaking babies. Uh, I haven't really been watching too much. The Pit, obviously. Uh, I've been. Oh, I did watch Zootopia 2 on Wednesday.
And
And it was, I personally liked it better than the first one. And I did like the first one. And if it wasn't just a smidge better, it was at least on par.
nice. I'll give
There was
I'll
a
give that a
lot.
gander.
There was a lot of Easter eggs. There was a lot of recreations of like Pulp Fiction, The
Oh really?
Shining. Oh yeah, yeah. Like I'll spoil this one part for everybody.
Yeah.
Is a spoiler. There's a scene where the snake needs to give the EpiPen of a venom antidote to Judy,
Okay.
and he wraps it around her tail, and he like pulls it up in the air and stabs it in her chest. So it's very much like
Hey, we got it.
I see. It was very reminiscent, and I saw a side by side where they were. It was like of Pulp Fiction, the scene with Uma
Sweet.
Thurman and stuff. So it was such a cute movie, but I absolutely enjoyed it. Everybody got to check it out.
Sweet.
It's on Disney Plus right now. Uh, so we this just kind of happened, so I'm really excited about this. So
Yes. Woohoo!
listen, so now I can stop crying about this, guys. So we told you that we weren't able to, the guest wasn't able to pop on, but she's
For the
here.
magic of the internet.
Internet, the technology is only great when it works. And
Ain't that the truth?
I've worked in technology for so long that I know, like with copiers and computer. Oh my goodness, it's ridiculous. So, but without further ado, today's guest is someone whose voice became part of one of the most beloved worlds in pop culture. You may know her as the voice behind the confident, lovable, and endlessly determined Peppermint Patty in the classic Peanut specials. You're the greatest Charlie Brown. She's a good skate Charlie Brown, and one of my personal favorites, Bon Voyage Charlie Brown. And beyond her
I
work,
am
what's that?
I am so excited. I am so excited for this.
And beyond her work, though, in animation, she's also had an impressive career on stage, including starring as Annie in the national touring production of the hit musical Annie. And these days, she continues to connect with fans and celebrate the legacy of Peanuts through her podcast, The Peanuts Gallery. We're excited to chat with her time and life of Peppermint Patty and beyond. Please welcome everybody, Patricia Patts. Yay!
I am so excited.
I am as well. I think we may not have sound. Let me see, y'all.
We have
We have
video so far.
videos.
We're halfway there. It's like that. What's it called song?
Are you speaking of Bon Jovi?
Yes.
Uh, Lizard in a chair,
Yeah.
or Lincoln on a bear.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Licking a square. This can go on for days. You know that, right?
I know.
Can you hear us?
She's saying, hang on 1 second.
Looks
So,
like she said something.
yeah.
She must be having some sort of technical difficulties too.
Yeah, I think so. Um,
Well, we'll just keep going until
we'll
she
just keep
comes
going.
back.
Yeah. Well, sorry, guys. Um, but
I promise you guys, this is gonna happen.
yeah. But yeah, so here we had what was I watching? Yeah, for some reason, like I don't see a mic on her end either. So,
I do. It's right in front of her. I can see the mic.
well, no, no, no. I mean,
She
like
had
on the
on the screen. I get what you're saying.
yeah.
That's a shame. We're
Uh,
like I said, right? We're partially there, but
yeah, yeah. But anyway,
what
so
kind of Mickey Mouse operation are we running here?
and but it is something else I did start. I've been doing a rewatch of Boy Meets World.
Okay.
That is like one of my favorite shows, and it's like a comfort show, and I watch it all the time. And this has probably started my fourth time of the rewatch, and that's not counting the.
I my
Right? We have an abandoned prison here in Tennessee, which is where they filmed The Green Mile.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that gets used a lot, but they have control over the whole thing, and they charge probably an arm and a leg to film there.
Probably.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
more than most
sure.
likely. Yeah, they recently tore the hospital down, which thank God they did because it was just a death trap. It was literally just I walked by it one day and literally brick just fell off of it, and I'm just like, that's gonna kill somebody one day.
Right?
Yes. Yeah, it's an interesting little area that we live in. A lot of history here, but still, just very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but fun fact though about that hospital, Mike, is real
Mhm.
quick. My grandfather was actually one of the brick masons who built that hospital.
Oh, really?
Yep. He was one of the masons who would kiln the bricks and send them up. So anyway,
Oh, that's wild.
Patricia.
Yeah.
We got off track, didn't
Yeah,
we?
just a little. We run off on
Welcome to
tangents
our
all the
show.
time. So
This show goes off the rails constantly.
I I'm curious to know because I will say you are the very first. I've been doing this for a while. Mike's been doing this for a while. You were the very first voice actor that we've ever had on the show.
Okay.
And I'm just curious, like, how did you get involved in doing voice work? Because you were in stage production.
Yep.
You had done you were in Annie, but you weren't Annie
Yeah.
at first.
I was Annie first.
Oh, you were Annie first.
Yes. And Sparky came to see the show, and he came backstage and he talked to my mom about me playing the part.
Oh, okay.
That's how I got it. I didn't have to audition or anything.
Oh wow,
Oh,
that's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. And then
Okay, well-
they sent a limousine to the hotel that I was living at because I was up in San Francisco. We were touring with the company. And they sent a limo, and I got to ride to their studio and hang out with him, and met Lee Mendelson, and Glenn Mendelson is Lee's son. He now runs Lee Mendelson Productions, and got to work with our director Bill Melendez, and just had a fabulous time. They were a great group to work with.
I gotta know. I've read buku articles and watched tons of videos about Schultz. I want to hear from like someone that actually was in the room with him. What was he like in real life? I've heard nothing but just he was like a sweetheart.
He was kind of quiet and shy. I now as an adult, I can look back at that and think, yeah, he was Charlie Brown. Like more than, and he has said that there was a little bit of him in every character that he ever wrote. But he really was Charlie Brown. He was just quiet and unassuming, and then he would say something that was funny as shit.
That's funny.
I don't know what kind of audience you have here.
Oh, we're good.
Oh yeah, we're good.
We're good.
And he was as kind as he could be. I always tell people if they put pictures next to words in the dictionary, he would be next to gentleman
Oh,
because he
Oh
was a
wow.
gentleman. Yeah,
that's fantastic.
yeah. And
Yeah.
he's everything that you would hope that he would be.
So
That's
basically, he
Wasn't
was the.
perfect, you know. He had his foibles in life just like everybody else. But uh, overall, he was a really good man who did some really amazing things that most people don't know about. One of the things I love about my character is he introduced her in 1966. And at the time, a woman could not own her own house. She could not have her own bank account. She could not have her own credit card without a man.
wow.
It could be her father, it could be her husband, it could even be a brother, but she had to have a man in order for her to own any of those things in 1966. And here he introduced this spunky, hardworking, a little flaky, a little clueless, but she loved sports and she wore shorts and Birkenstocks, which at the time, like if a woman got on an airplane, she had to be in a dress. like,
Wow.
and we forget these things because to us, like now we all just wear, yoga pants everywhere.
Right.
And
Um,
your character was so self-assured too.
yes,
So it just showed women and girls that, you can be that assertive, that, the alpha, if you will.
yes. I
So I
mean,
mean, like that's
the hit program at the time was I Dream of Jeannie.
right,
Yes, Master.
right.
And here came this, little girl. Like it was really, really groundbreaking. And I think a lot of times, um, because we forget these things, I think a lot of shows don't really understand, like Comic Cons, because I go to a lot of them. I don't think they really understand the impact that this particular character had on so many women. I literally have people come up to me and just start bawling because it was the first time that they saw someone that they could identify with on TV.
I was going to ask you about the fan reaction for you because I seen that were doing you do a lot of cons.
I did
And
20 last year.
well, and last year was one of my friends in Ohio, and he had one. He actually came on the show, and it was kind of like it was more of a horror, but also slash pop culture kind of thing. And I know you were there, and I was promoting it. I was sharing the post and everything. And then one day, I remember I looked at my friend request on Facebook, and you had actually sent me a request. I'm going, what? What? No. No, no. And then I thought it was like just the coolest thing, and I'm just like telling everybody, hey, guess no, I'm just all I'm just like the most awesome person in the world. But anyways, here I see that
You
you do
are
all.
an awesome person. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Dang it.
I try not to let them, but yeah. So I do see you doing all these cons,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, I love
what
them.
is the fan? How are the fans' reception with you coming up and?
It's just amazing. Some the younger people, there was such a shift in how we watched television from the time that I did this to now.
For sure.
Um, it when I was a kid, you got one chance a year to watch the Christmas special
Yep.
or the Thanksgiving special. And so it was a big family night. My mom, even before I got the show, my mom would go out and she'd buy us the big candies, the big candy bar, and Jiffy Pop popcorn. And we as a family would sit around and watch these shows. And, we were not a particularly close family. We didn't do a lot of things together, except theater. We all did that together. And then watching these shows, which is really
Yeah.
like such a crazy thing to realize as an adult. Like, we never went on vacation. There were too many kids. There were 5 of us. Like, no, and so I get people that come up to me and they're like, oh my gosh, when I was a kid, every Christmas, every Easter, every whatever, my mom would get popcorn and candy, and it was a big family night. And so, I get that from sort of my generation. From the younger generations, I get, oh, my dad is a huge fan of Peanuts. He's got this whole collection, and my grandma just loved it, and I used to watch it all the time when I'd go over to grandma's house. And then you've got the younger generation, the ones who are teenagers now, and they saw the new movie, the
Okay,
Peanuts movie.
yeah.
And so it's really like, it's 75 years of people who have been watching these shows and loving them. And so I get to experience all of that every time I go to a show. And I adore the people, the fans, the other actors, the showrunners, the atmosphere, the 501st and the Ghostbusters, I think,
Oh,
is
I love it.
the greatest thing of all time.
I'm a
Like,
vendor at shows. I do shows all the time. My job now, since I separated from my real job, and my job now is I am a comic book and toy vendor, and I just go to shows. That's all I do now. So I know
yeah,
exactly what you're saying, and it's so fun. It
it's
is. It's just so
so
much fun.
fun. And
And you get to
and
meet so many people and like you said, you see so many different types of people and so many different generations because you have like family member like dads teaching their sons and daughters and mothers and
yeah,
stuff like that coming through, and then you have like the cosplay people.
Hmm.
Earlier before I was like, you doing the voice work, especially doing the voice work for Peanuts, you are a major part of the fabric of America now. Like, no matter what, you are tied to that flag and you are tied to pop culture more than anybody.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
phenomenal.
It's a weird place to be in because, my dogs do not care that I've done any of this. Truth be told, I have a 25-year-old daughter, and she could care less that I did any of this. Every once in a while, we were, I don't remember where we were, but we were somewhere, and she started talking about Molly Ringwald.
Okay.
And she was like, "Oh, I just saw this movie and it was so great. And it was called Pretty in Pink, or it was, 16 Candles or something." And she's just going on and on about what a great movie it was. And I was like, "You, I know her, right?" And she was like, "What do you mean you know her?" I said, "We did Annie together." "You did Annie with Molly Ringwald? But
Oh,
you
that's
were
awesome.
Annie." I was like, "Yeah. Well, shouldn't she have been Annie? She was the big star." And I'm like, "Well, neither one of us were big stars at 10." So,
Wow.
Oh
so
man, that's so awesome.
sometime later, we're in an Uber, and my daughter says, "Well, my mother knows Molly Ringwald."
Nice.
That's awesome.
I
But
love it.
otherwise, she could care less about any of this stuff. It's hilarious.
Oh,
So
that's awesome.
so it's this weird, like, you know, I'll have people come up and they're like, "Oh, you're a big star." And I'm like, "But am I?"
But But yes, on the grand scale of things, like Mike said, yes, you are literally flying on that flag.
Oh,
That
well, thank you.
you've been a staple in all of our childhoods, and it is just like I said, it's just awesome to have you here. With the because I seemed like I was looking at your credits, and you had done a lot of television work. You were Archie
Yeah,
Bunker,
yeah.
You were a series regular on the new Little Rascals.
You know, it's funny on
Rocky.
that one. So I originally auditioned for Darla, and I am not Darla at all. I'm Peppermint Patty. I mean, I'm Annie. That's who I am.
Right.
Like I'm a tomboy, you know. And so they wrote a new character for me, and we filmed about 5 or 6 episodes, and I don't know why, but they canceled the whole thing. And then they made, and I didn't know this for years, they made a movie
Oh,
from the series.
okay.
And this one day, I'm like on something, and the new Little Rascals comes up, and it's all the kids that I worked with, and I was like, wait a minute, uh, why aren't why aren't I in that? So now I keep meaning to like track it down and watch it to see if I'm in some scene in the
Right.
background, and they just cut out my parts.
That's wild that they did that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
And
Well,
I like nobody ever said anything to me. Nobody ever said, "Oh, we're not going to use you," or like nothing. I heard nothing.
Hollywood is a weird beast.
Hollywood is a weird, 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 weird beast.
that's why it's nicknamed Hollyweird.
Right, right.
And I miss acting. I don't miss the bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I
You
mean?
hear so
Um,
much negative stuff about it that it
yeah,
really does make you not want to be part of it.
yeah, yeah. My final audition, it was for a series regular. I was 29. It was, a teen drama thing, but I still looked like I was, 17 years old. And I walked in, and it was the final audition. There were 14 people sitting on a couch in front of me. I made them laugh. I made them cry. I made them laugh. And in any other world, like when I tell this story to actors, they all go, "And you didn't get the part? What?" Um, they, when my agent called, they told her that I was just a little chunky and needed to
Wow.
lose 10 or 15 pounds. The problem was at that particular moment, I was 108 pounds with a 19-inch waist.
That's
So they wanted you to kill yourself,
They
ostensibly.
wanted me to kill myself. And I literally looked at her and went, I'm done. I'm done. I'm not going to put myself in the hospital to try to make these people happy because it's never going to be enough.
absolutely.
And it's a shame
And I'm
because
done.
I mean, like Hollywood and modeling and all that just puts such a bullshit standard on women and men now too. I mean,
Well,
but
and
just
men
on
now.
body,
Yeah.
but for the most part, it was always women were under it. But for the most part, but now men are starting to feel that pressure as well, and it's
Yeah.
such
And,
bullshit. I mean, like it really is. It's
Especially when you consider that 60% of America is overweight.
exactly right.
And
And
the
then you
number's
always hear
only
people
going up.
always yeah, and you always hear people say, "Well, we want to have people that look like us on TV." Well, you know
Right.
what? They do. You're trying to force an extreme standard that does not exist on the world.
and
Yeah.
the only flip side to that is the only time that it's okay is if it if people can benefit from laughter of it. Like if you look at the John
Right.
Candy or Chris Farley, and then that was okay because we can get humor out of them.
Well,
And
and traditionally the men could be any size. It didn't matter.
yeah,
But then you would look at their wife and their wife would still be hot and skinny and, like, come on.
right.
Which is why Roseanne resonated so well with so many people
One
because it was a regular family.
Yep,
She was
Exactly
a
right.
regular size.
one of my favorites. That's one of those shows that anytime I see on, I always stop because every episode always, like you said, it's very
Yeah.
relatable.
Yeah. Yeah. So I miss it. I wish I had done more voiceover work. Now that I'm out and about and going to shows, I'm perplexed that I didn't get sent out to more voiceover stuff. Because obviously I had the street cred
Yeah,
for
Right.
it. And I not a single one of my agents ever sent me out for anything.
that's insane.
Yeah, yeah.
And
And
does it make you wonder
but
if
again, like it was a footnote on my resume. Like I had all my stuff listed, and then down at the very end, it said Patricia Patts was also the voice of Peppermint Patty for Peanuts, which is a lot of peas.
Yeah, see, that's 5 times
But it was,
fast.
I know, but it was at the very bottom of my resume. It was the last thing anybody was going to read, and I like now it's such a huge part of my life and what I do that it's just sort of funny I pulled out an old resume the other day and I was like, wow, it was a footnote. Like it was nothing.
it's mind blowing.
It's like mind-boggling to me.
It really is. And
Right? Right? So
Wow, like I can't get. I'm still having a hard time processing that. That was just a footnote. Holy cow!
yeah. Yeah.
I mean, just think though. It took everybody, all this time to build this career of like to get the names of like Tara Strong or E.G. Daily and stuff like that. It took them how many voices to get to this part? You have the one, and everybody knows who you are. So, uh,
You won.
you won.
It does help that my name is Patricia Patts. I am the only Peppermint Patty who is Patricia.
Talk about the irony. And as I'm sitting there like doing some research today, and I'm going, that's so wild that like your name really is Patricia.
Yeah. And
Right?
it's just a coincidence. She was born in 66. I was born in 67. She wasn't named after me. Obviously, I wasn't born yet.
Mhm.
And I wasn't named after her.
Serendipity.
Right?
Right.
At its
Well, and
finest.
here's the really weird part. The other big role that I had was Annie. And Annie's legal name would have been Anne. And my middle name is Anne.
Wow.
Oh my! God.
Like
I think we just came full circle, guys.
we really did. Like holy crap.
Right?
Um
Every once in a while I'll be like, why couldn't they have given me a few more names so I could have had some bigger roles?
what did I see?
Elizabeth, Diane, something else. I don't know.
So going back to the stage show, because
Yeah.
just to make sure that I read this correctly, because if not, we're gonna have to like track some like wiki people down. Like for the original show, were you Pepper in the original show before you played Annie?
No.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to knock some people out. Yeah,
So
that's why I asked about that.
cast as Annie
Mhm.
in the original Los Angeles production, which was technically considered the second touring show. So there was a first national touring show that was already going around the country. And then they decided they wanted to open in Los Angeles. And so they auditioned for that, and I was the one that got that. And we just did um, uh, San Francisco and Los Angeles.
Okay.
And then about 3 months after I left, they started touring and going to like Vegas and Nevada and places like that.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. I was just like, because I saw that and I was like, oh, and then you corrected me earlier, and I just wanted to make sure that I was right, and well, you were right, and I wanted
No,
to make sure I was
the
wrong.
only other time I've played another role was when I was an adult,
Hmm.
for the 20th anniversary of the musical. They were doing it at TPAC, which is Tennessee Performing Arts Center. And I thought, I'll go down and audition, you know. And I got to be the star to be. And
That's
you know,
awesome.
a bunch of a maid and a Boylan sister, and you know, and that was really fun. But the best part about that one was there was this guy that I saw at the audition, and I kept thinking, man, he looks familiar.
Mm.
Why does he look so familiar? And I was like, have I seen him at work? Have I seen him at Home Depot? Because I just bought a house and I was there all the time, you know. And finally I was like, okay, I have to find out who he is. So I walk up to him and I go, hey, I'm sorry to bother you, but I feel like I know you. And I look down and we each had name tags on, and he had been the understudy in
Uh,
our original cast.
oh, that's
Oh, that's
great.
cool.
And there he was standing in front of me 20 years later. And he ended up playing FDR in that
Oh, cool.
particular production. So it was really fun to get to see him and hang with him. And yeah.
That's again, it's so crazy how it just all comes around full circle like that.
Wha- you know, I was at a show in Texas this last year, and uh, it was a whole bunch of voiceover actors. We're all sitting there, and uh, Lisa, which I'm blanking on her last name at the moment. She was in GI Joe. She's the female lead in GI Joe, and she's like, yeah, everybody knows me from GI Joe, and also that I was Lily St. Regis in the original touring production of Annie, and I was like, what? Oh, no, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
I can only imagine, like, just hearing you talk about the about being at a con with somebody else who was in GI Joe, and like I could just imagine like all you guys getting together and just talking about your voiceover roles and stuff like that. I can just I could just picture
I
it. I think
I
it would be so
had
wild and fun.
so much fun at that particular show, which is amazing to think about because literally my best friend passed away on my flight
Oh,
from
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
LA to this show, and these people like just wrapped me in a cocoon of love and understanding and kindness, and I will be forever grateful to that group of people for what they did for me that particular weekend. Every single one of them were just spectacular humans. Um, so yeah,
very sorry to hear that. That's great. That's so
yeah.
fun to hear and so great that they all that it's really like a tight knit community, like a family.
It is. It is. And they're so much fun. And there's so many people right now that are lonely, that don't know how to make friends,
Hmm.
that don't know how to keep friends. You know, we've become very solitary in our world, and even myself, like I can be at a show and it's, you know, da 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 da, and I'll come home and I find myself just sort of go, whew.
Yeah,
I
And
don't
the
call
internet
people
does
and I
not
don't
help.
reach out and I don't, you know, um and so what I love about the shows is it really gives people an opportunity to get out of their comfort zone, meet some new people, connect with people who like the same things that you like, I mentioned the 501st. I'm friends with the guy who runs the 501st in Albuquerque, and I'd be chatting with him, and he'd say, "Oh, I gotta go. I gotta help one of my buddies move." And oh, I've got a buddy that's in the hospital, and I gotta go take care of his dog. Um, and slowly but surely, I learned that this wasn't just a cosplay group. This is a
Nope.
group of friends.
Yes.
This is a family. I refer to them as family. Your friends who are family.
I like that.
They show up for each other. And the more I've gotten to know the Ghostbusters cosplayers, they're the same way. They show up for each other. And there's an expectation within the group that you are going to show up.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And that is just, it's such a beautiful thing. And I think it's what we used to have with church and with small communities. And we're not small communities anymore.
Right.
And so we have to find our own community that has that expectation that we will show up, even though we're busy, even though we're overwhelmed, even though we've had a crappy day or a crappy week or a crappy month or a crappy year, we're still going to show up and do the work of being a friend.
Yes.
Because
unfortunately, like
work.
and unfortunately, the internet does not help with this. You
No,
would think with social media it would, bind people together, but it does the exact opposite. It
Yeah.
really does.
yeah, yeah.
And it's a shame.
Well, but the algorithms don't help.
Exactly
True.
right. Because then they just push they pushed electronic dopamine on people.
Right.
Exactly.
I have my own personal Facebook page, and I get political on there, and I get whatever on there, but I have kept that out of my Peppermint Patty voice actor page. And so
That's smart.
I have found that I get this really weird, I think the word is dichotomy. I see both sides. So you know how they suggest the For You pages?
Yeah.
So I will get one that says, deport all Democrats. And then right next to it, it'll say Democrats for democracy. Because they don't know what to do with me because I don't put any of that out into, and so it's really interesting to be able to see both sides
Yeah.
of what's going on and hear how one side is viewing it and how the other side is viewing it. And I feel like because I get that, I get to see the truth that lies in the middle.
Exactly. You
Yep.
have to read both sides in order to filter the lies.
You have to. You have to.
You
It
you
doesn't
cannot
matter which side you fall on.
you can't live in that echo chamber because all that does is it reinforces your beliefs, and sometimes your beliefs might not be the correct beliefs, no matter what side of the aisle you fall on. When
Yeah.
Rich and I decided to do this podcast, we made a conscious effort to not talk politics.
Yeah.
A, it doesn't help us. B, it alienates half the country, no matter which side. If I'm one, and that I'm just going to piss off somebody else. We will talk politics here and there, but we dance around it. And it's usually if it's something
Like an
that's
Irish
very, very
jig.
important, and we'll talk about it, and then we'll just do like a monologue and then drop it and then never go back to it, just to let people know. Because let's face it, politics is part of pop culture. So
it is
so
in a
we
very
have to
weird
touch
way.
it.
Yeah.
We have to touch it, but we're not a Joe Rogan. We're not a whatever. You know what I mean? Like
Although I
we
will
always.
say, release the Epstein files.
Oh yeah, I'm all for
100%.
that. And
Slowly but
whoever's
surely,
in
I
it,
think.
and,
That's not political.
and whoever's in it, I already got 5 gallons ready of gasoline for the chipper shredder. So
Right.
I mean,
Right?
Hey,
Can
but
we-
so I mean, like,
I think we can all
yeah,
still agree, though.
there's certain things that anybody can agree on, and that's one of them.
You know what else we can all agree on is that Weird Al is not on the Epstein files.
Yes,
Weird Al is not?
Yeah, we strongly feel that Weird Al Yankovic is like not in the Epstein files, and he's
No.
and
we're
if he is, I will jump off of a building. Just like you guys.
we're
You
big
know,
advocates of Weird Al.
It's funny because growing up in Hollywood,
Mhm.
you know, I had my share of weirdness that happened.
Oh, I'm sure.
And like you heard the stories, you heard oh, hey, don't go. If he tries to convince you to go to a hotel room, just don't.
Right.
He doesn't actually live in a hotel room. Don't do that.
Mm.
You know what I mean? But it was such a. I mean, we made jokes
Of
about the
course.
casting couch,
Yeah.
except they weren't jokes.
And that's what I was gonna say. Like, you hear the stories that it makes you think that they're joke, but you know deep down that
Yeah.
that was a real thing because that
There's
joke
truth
had to
to it.
start from somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's a lot of the Epstein files that I'm like, oh, I thought that was a conspiracy theory. Oh, crap. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It's that like I always joke on. I always say like, today's conspiracy is going to be tomorrow's headlines. You know,
It does seem that way, doesn't it?
you
Which is
know.
another reason to love Comic Cons. Because
Exactly
we
right.
don't, every once in a while, there'll be somebody who does something stupid at a Comic Con. But for the most part, it's pretty drama free.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Every time that I've gone to a
I
convention,
don't invite drama my way. I'm not but I haven't seen a whole lot of it. So
yeah,
I've been doing conventions for years, and like I said, and this is now since December ostensibly, it has become my full-time job. So, and doing it for I've been literally going to conventions since 1990. I started really getting into conventions,
wow.
and yeah, I
didn't
know,
even
right?
know they existed.
Yeah, spooky, huh? But I've been doing them for a long time, and you almost the only time you would ever really see any sort of like shenanigans is if someone tried to steal a book off of somebody's table. I've seen that a few times.
Yeah.
And I've seen a couple of people
steal
kind
some
of
stuff from my
I've
table.
seen some people get rowdy in lines too, but other than that, it's been it's usually calm.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're fun, and it's fun to people watch, and it's fun to
Right.
meet new people, and the other really great thing about it is that so much of the time, like if you're a fan of something, you just wear a t-shirt of that fandom, and somebody will walk by and go, cool shirt. And then you can like it's a way to like know who has the same interests as you.
Putting your flag up and seeing which part of your tribe comes up to you.
exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So winding down, I just want to again say thank you for all the years of entertainment that you've provided to us.
You're welcome. It was my pleasure.
Thank you again for coming onto the show, because like this has been something that, like, when we started this show, you were one of the first people in mind that I'm going to reach out to her. I'm going to reach out to her. And really, since we've started, this is episode 40. And since we've only had a handful of guests, and for the most part, they were all like local guests.
Okay.
And I think the first.
So is it usually just the two of you going back and forth?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just us two nerding out.
And we never discuss a topic. until the day of recording, and then we just go ham with it, and and often, like I said, like we said earlier, we end up on tangents that are just relentless sometimes. And
As you,
the fun of it.
yeah,
as you
yeah,
can
for
see
sure.
with our guests too, like we don't have set questions all like ready for you. Like our whole thing is like we want to hear your story and we want to hear it from you, and we want the show to be organic.
Yeah.
And I think and this is more fun that way. And we don't edit, so that whole big screw up in the very beginning, people are going
Oh,
to be very confused, and it's going to be phenomenal. I love it. I
Oh,
mean, like I think it's hysterical.
there's actually
It's
kind of a
the
little surprise too, a little
I'm,
mishap that I didn't even tell anybody about.
oh
I
no,
left it in, and we're just gonna kind of see where it ends up. But there was actually a moment that I noticed that the recording stopped. Mike, remember when I told you? Did you hear my mic go out?
yeah,
That's when it stopped. So we were
oh,
like 17 minutes in when it stopped. But
oh, wow.
but so I think it caught the majority of everything, but that's the fun of doing the show like this.
Yeah.
And I hate to say that it doesn't sound like we're the most professional of of the media world, but you know what? Like we have fun doing it. And
That's 99% of anything you do in life. If it's fun, it's good.
yep.
wait, say we do this yeah, we do it for people to listen to, but we do it for us
Yeah.
because and we know like if we like it, there's got to be one or two other people that's like
Oh yeah.
you know.
There's got to be one or two more, maybe three more people out there that's saying, "Oh, this is so funny."
But I mean, like,
But
and we have a blast doing this, and again, like what Rich said, I am. Thank you so much for coming onto the show again.
My
Like
pleasure.
it was phenomenal to talk to you. We had a blast, and just the peppermint freaking patty. I mean, like,
right.
how badass is that?
And so, where can everybody find you at?
So I'm most active on Facebook at Patricia Patts dash voice actor. I have a Instagram, uh, Patricia Peppermint Patty Patts. I completely forget it's there 90% of the time. Um, and if you want me at your local show, call the guy who runs it and tell him you want me there.
We need to get on this, Mike.
Because I'm more than happy to come. I love coming to them. I'm only scheduled for 6 this year so far.
Hopefully, I'll see you at some of them. At some of
Yeah.
them.
Right. I will be at SICC this coming weekend, which is South Indiana Comic Con,
Okay.
South Illinois Comic Con, Illinois.
Oh, okay.
It's in Benton, Illinois. I'll be there this weekend. I'll be in Decatur, Illinois for Midwest Toy Show in April. I'm going to Black Hills Con this year, which is going to be so fun because they
wow.
take you up to the monument and the
Oh,
whole
that's
thing.
great.
Cool.
I'm doing Colorado Springs Comic Con and Rhode Island Comic Con. And I feel like I'm missing one somewhere in there, and I feel really bad that I'm missing it. But yeah, I just love going to them. I just have not been as diligent about reaching out to people. I also had dog issues, but I've figured out the dog issues. So
Oh, that's great.
thank God for friends.
Yeah, absolutely.
So there's one night I come back from a show. I hadn't shows. I've made as little as $60 at a show once. It was bad.
Oh wow.
It was bad. And I've made $6,000 at a show. So you just never know like what's going to happen,
Yeah.
right? And I came home from the show and it was not a particularly good show. It was fun. I had fun, but financially it was not the greatest. And I was sitting there and I was saying to my friend, like, it just doesn't make sense financially with the dogs to go and do the shows. I'm better off staying home. And her husband goes, well, we can take the dogs. And she looks at him and she goes, Nick. And he goes, what? We can take the dogs. And she goes, Nick. And he goes, Elizabeth. And she goes, we can take the dogs.
That's amazing. I love
And
it.
your friend's
That's awesome.
husband is fighting her.
That's
awesome.
That's awesome.
Best friends ever.
Right?
Because I've got 3 of them now. When my friend passed away, I inherited her dog.
Aw.
Yeah.
Aw.
And so, I went from having just 1 to having 3. And so anyway, I got off on another
No,
tangent.
you're fine. You are absolutely. I love this.
You
This is
fit
what
in
this
with
is
us
about.
perfectly.
Yeah, you fit in just right. Mike, where can everybody find you at?
Well, you know me, Nomad Comics on Instagram, Nomad on TikTok, on the TikToks.
On the TikToks.
And this was it
next Sunday.
not this Sunday, but next Sunday, I will be at the Pittsburgh Comic Book Show set up and selling my funny books to the masses.
Hoping to make it down to
Nice.
that one. And everybody, I'm at Lights Camera Pop or Lights Camera Pop Pod on the Insta. And Richie Wayne 76, which eventually I'm going to change that because it just doesn't sound exciting. I don't know. But and you can email us at lightscamerapoppod@outlook.com. And on that note, everybody, hope you have a great week. Thank you for getting your geek on. Patricia, again, it was fantastic to have you. Thank you so much.
Thanks again for being on the show. And remember, guys, Weird Al for the Super Bowl.
Have a great night, everybody.
Bye.